Good morning, grade 8 students. Welcome to a new English lesson in Module 6. The title of our lesson is 6E Speak and Write, Part 2. For this lesson, you will need to open your student book page 81 and workbook pages 88 to 90. As for the learning objectives, by the end of this lesson, students will be able to plan writing a description of an event through completing a given writing plan accurately. Write a descriptive composition of 3 paragraphs about an event using suitable writing mechanisms. To start our lesson, I would like to ask you the following questions. 1. Have you ever taken part in an event, celebration, or festival that regularly takes place in your country? 2. What is the name of the event, celebration, or festival? 3. When does it happen? 4. How long does it last? 5. What do people usually do or wear, etc. during such an event? 6. How do you feel about such an event? Here are some suggested answers. As for question number 1, have you ever taken part in an event, celebration, or festival that regularly takes place in your country? The answer is yes, I have, or no, I have not. Question 2, what is the name of the event? A suggested answer is Qatar National Sport Day. 3. When does it happen? The answer is it happens every second Tuesday of February of every year. 4. How long does it last? The answer is it lasts for 1 day. 5. What do people usually do, wear, etc. during such an event? The answer is people wear sports wear and they practice different types of sport activities. 6. How do people feel during such an event? The answer is people feel excited, energetic, etc. Let's move to the pre-writing stage. Kindly open your student book page 81. Before we start, I'd like to ask you this question. Do you know how to write a description of an event? Well, you should read the following plan carefully. Planning a description of an event. While planning a description of an event, you should take into consideration 3 major parts. The first part is called Introduction, in which you give general information about the event. You should also mention some of the following details, such as name, when, where, how and why it started, when and where it takes place, how long it lasts for, who takes part in it. The second part is called Main Part, in which you should mention what happens, what people do, eat, watch, etc. The final part is called Conclusion, in which you should give your opinion of this event or make a general comment. Now let's move to exercise C, student book page 81. After reading the previous plan, read the sentences 1 to 4 carefully. Then decide which paragraph these sentences should be in. Write I for the introduction, M for the main part, or C for the conclusion. Just as usual, take your time, do the activity. Once you're done, you can check your answers with your teacher. Now, it's time to check your answers. Let's start with 1. The walkathon is a popular event, but not everyone wants to take part. Many people prefer to watch. Which part do these sentences belong to? Well done. They belong to the main part. Let's move to 2. On the big day, people put colorful balloons in the streets around their homes. Many visitors come from outside the city too. So which part do these sentences belong to? Well done, my students. They belong to the main part too. Number 3. Everyone in the city has a great time on the day of the walkathon, whatever they decide to do. Best of all, we raise more and more money every year. So, again, which part do these sentences belong to? Good job. They belong to the conclusion. Let's move to number 4. Every summer, my city holds a walkathon to raise money for charity. It always takes place on the first Saturday in June. So, which part do these sentences belong to as well? Well done. They belong to the introduction. Now open your workbook page 88 and do exercise C. There is a mistake in each sentence, which is marked using the correction code from page 17 in the student's book 8A. Read the sentences and rewrite them correctly in the space below. Once you're done, you can check your answers with your teacher. Now you can check your answers, my students. Let's start with sentence A. Look at the T. It means tense. So we have a grammar mistake related to the tense. We have the phrase last year. This is past simple expression or time marker. So we shouldn't have is here. We should have was because of last year. Let's move to sentence B. We have a mistake also here related to spelling to the word whole. It shouldn't be spelled this way, yet it should be spelled this way. Now let's move to sentence C. As you can see here, we have a tense mistake, grammar mistake related to the tense. And instead of wanted, we should have the verb want. It should be present simple, not past simple, because of the conditional sentences structure type 1. Let's move to sentence D. We have a sample here, which means there is something missing after the verb rely. So we should say rely on. Finally, sentence E. We have a grammar mistake related to prepositions. We can say raise money for, not up. Now, move to exercise D, workbook page 88. Read the description of an event and complete it with the corrected sentences A to E. Once you're done, you can check your answers in the next slide. Now it's time to check your answers. 1. The answer is E. The event helps raise money for a good cause, and it also lets people experience how difficult it is to be homeless. 2. The answer is B. Those who sign up for the sleep out challenges must sleep outdoors in their sleeping bags for the whole night. 3. The answer is A. Last year, £6,500 was raised for the homeless of the city. 4. The answer is D. It also helps them realize how hard it is to rely on the kindness of strangers for food and shelter. 5. The answer is C. If you want to volunteer for this wonderful event, click on this website for details. Now let's move to exercise D, student book page 81. Do research and find information about an interesting celebration, festival, or event that takes place in your country. Then write a description of it. You can follow the plan above, which we have already discussed. Go to the workbook page 89. Now open your workbook page 89. Brainstorm some ideas about the following event: the Qatar International Food Festival. Complete the writing plan below and write your description on the next page. Now it's time to complete your writing plan. Let's start with the introduction, which gives general information about the event, the name, the Qatar International Food Festival, when, where, and why it started, every year in March in Doha, to enjoy the spring weather, how long it lasts for 11 days, who takes part in it, people, citizens, and non-citizens. As for the main part, you should mention some details related to what happens and what people do during the event, such as variety of things for people to do, restaurants offer special meals, good prices, etc., cooking theaters, special food and games for children. Finally, in the conclusion, you should state your opinion or give a general comment about this event. For example, you can say, great time, or favorite event. Now, it's time to use the ideas you have already planned to write your description in your workbook page 90. Now let's read the suggested answer. Introduction. The Qatar International Food Festival, or QIFF, is an event that happens for 11 days every year in March. It's always held outside in a different part of Doha, so that people can enjoy the spring weather. Main part. During the days of the food festival, there are a variety of things to do and see. First of all, restaurants in Qatar offer special meals at good prices, which encourages people to go out and taste foods from all over the world. There are also cooking theaters where people can watch chefs cooking and then taste what they have made. For those who want to improve their cooking skills, they are given the chance to learn from the world-famous chefs by taking their cooking classes. At QIFF, there is also a place that is just for children, where they can taste food that has been made especially for them, or play the various games that are available. Conclusion. I always have a great time at the Qatar International Food Festival. It's my favorite event. Now it's your turn, my students, to think of an event, brainstorm some ideas to complete the writing plan below about it, then write your description in your notebook and send it to your teacher to be discussed. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you for watching the video. Till we meet again, goodbye.